Welcome to the Brian Nhira podcast. My name is Brian Nhira and I am your host. Today on the podcast, I am just going to be talking from the heart. I'm going to give some motivation to all of the independent artists out there, all of the creatives out there, the creators on the different platforms and in life, period, people who are creating. I just really wanted to take a moment just to encourage you. The first thing that I want to encourage you with is don't give up. You know, the journey of being an independent artist, of being a creator, of being an entrepreneur in your specific, whatever lane you're in, it's hard. It's not easy. And so I just want to affirm you in that. I want to affirm you in the fact that this journey is not easy. And this journey is not for the faint of heart. And there will be a lot of highs and there will be a lot of lows. And there will be a lot of moments where you don't know if you can continue. But I want to remind you that the world needs what you have inside of you. The world needs what you carry inside of you. God has placed something on the inside of you that only you can release into the world. Only you can. So we need you to keep creating. We need you to keep putting out the content that you have, the good content that you have. We need you to keep on keeping on. The second thing is this: the right opportunities will come as you stay true to who you are. You know, it's so easy. It's so easy to fall into the trap of being moved by what other people have, the opportunities that they have. But this is a thing. Your opportunities are your opportunities. And nobody can take your opportunities from you so long as you're a good steward with what you've been given. Use what's in your hand. God has placed something in your hand for you to use. In every single season of your life, you will always have what you need. And I know it'll always feel like you don't have what you need. I know it. I promise. I feel like that consistently. But then I'm always reminded that I have everything I need in this season. I have everything I need to be able to take my next step. So I want to encourage you today. You have everything that you need to take the next step in your career. And if you don't, God will provide it for you. The right opportunities will come as you stay true to who you are. Don't sell yourself. Don't sell yourself. Don't settle for being an imitation. Don't settle for being somebody else or operating and acting like somebody else. We need you to be you. We need you to be the fullness of who you are. Your God-given identity. We need that. The world needs that. And as you do that, I promise you, I'm saying it again, the right opportunities will come as you stay true to who you are. Okay? The next thing is this: don't let comparison disqualify you from the race. If there's anything that will make you give up, it's comparison. Anytime you spend countless hours comparing yourself to other people's highlights, you'll always be tempted to quit and to give up. Because you'll think that they don't struggle the way that you struggle, that they're not having to go through the hard journey in the wilderness and the hardships that you're going through. But I promise you, everybody's going through it. Everybody's going through it. They might not show you the hard things that they're going through, but I promise you, they're going through things just like you're going through things, okay? So we always have to keep that at the forefront of our mind and not let comparison disqualify us from the race. What does comparison do? Number one, comparison, it steals joy. And joy is one of the number one things that we need when we're creating, okay? Because joy is strength. Joy is strength. The Bible says that the joy of the Lord is our strength. It's so important that we protect our joy, because our joy becomes the fuel that helps us keep going and helps us get up every single day and helps us continue chasing and following the dreams that God has placed in our hearts. Comparison steals creativity. Creativity is not an unlimited resource. Let me remind you of that. It's not. It's not an unlimited resource. Creativity comes and creativity goes. And if we're not careful to guard our mental real estate, we'll fall into the trap of constantly comparing ourselves and ultimately affecting the creativity that we have. Guard your creativity. And one of the best ways you can do that, like I said, is guard your mental real estate. What are you thinking in your mind? Are you keeping your thoughts clear so that you're able to create effectively and with clarity? Hey, I'm going to be honest, that's a struggle of mine sometimes. It's a struggle of mine to make sure that my mental real estate stays clear enough for my creativity to be able to flow and for me to be effective in my work. Comparison also steals originality. This is the thing, when you're operating at the fullest extent of who you are and your identity, it will be original to this world. Now, there's absolutely positively nothing wrong with emulation, but there is a problem with imitation. We're not called to be imitators. Emulation is fine. And what is emulation? Emulation is looking at somebody else, seeing the things and taking principles from what they're doing and acclimating it to your own way of doing things. Imitation is simply trying to do what they're doing. We got a lot of imitators out there right now. You don't have to be an imitator, but comparison is the quickest way to becoming an imitator. All right? I just wanted to encourage y'all today. Don't give up. Don't give up on this journey. You can do it. You're going to be successful. I remember I was friends with Paul Klein from the band Laney. And one day we were at a young adults group together, and Paul looked at me, and Paul had been on a journey in his artistry, and he hadn't started the band Laney yet. But Paul said to me, he had been through a struggle in the previous season. He said to me, Brian, if we don't give up, we'll all make it. And those words have stuck with me to this day. Brian, if we don't give up, we'll make it. Little did he know that I don't know if it was like a year or two later, that he'd start a band called Laney, and they would literally become one of the biggest bands in the world. If we don't give up, we'll all make it. There's room for all of us, y'all. There's room for all of us, okay? There's room for you. There's room for me. The right opportunities will come as you stay true to who you are. And don't let comparison disqualify you from the race. All right? I just wanted to encourage y'all today. Thank you so much for taking time to listen to this episode of the Brian Nhira podcast. Make sure you subscribe on whatever platform you like to listen or watch on. Peace.